Hi everybody, my name is Vera Grazia and welcome to this video. I have been working on the Moonsnail top. So I think I'm gonna block it because this is a bit puckery right here. And I've been like simmering this idea on this design I want to create. It is what it is. But
could be it.
So it is currently Wednesday, July 30th, and I decided I want to film a video just capturing me knitting my summer wardrobe or just some like summer garments. This isn't really a project vlog, it's kind of like a span of a few projects. And so the goal is over the next week, I hope to finish. The first one is my Olga Jacket by Petite Knit. Currently where I'm at with that one is I made the sleeves too short, and so I'm going back to make them longer. And once I do that, I just have to do the button panels and the neckline, and then I'm done with that. And so that should be done within the next few days. And then the next thing that I want to do is the Moonsnail top, which I talked about in my last podcast video if you saw it. It's a quick knit. It looks like it should be a quick knit, especially because I've been doing the Olga Jacket. So, but I'm excited for that one too. And then we'll see how much I can fit in. I'm either going to start the Love Loop top or this test knit that I hope that I'm chosen for. I don't want to say that I am chosen for it yet because I don't know. But because I know you want to see, I got yarn yesterday for that test knit. If it happens, this is the yarn. Regardless, this yarn is going to be for that project. But I already have the yarn and I'm like ready to cast it on immediately. So in this video, I'm just going to be working on a few different projects, giving you some sort of like a project vlog type video over the course of a few projects, and just join me for my summer knitting. So today, the plan, well, I've been working on my Patrick blouse pattern all day today, which actually by the time that you're watching this, it should be released and out into the world, and you can actually purchase this thing that I made, which is crazy. I can't believe it. Anyways, today I was pretty much doing that all day and just getting it ready to be listed on Etsy and Ravlery, and also working on the pattern, and so like uploading it to Canva and making it all pretty, like beautifying it. But now we're gonna go to the pool, and I don't really feel like filming all that much at the pool, but I'll film a little bit so you can see what I do. You can see what I work on. Let's go to the pool. Crazy hair. Sorry if the audio isn't as good on this. It's coming straight up to my camera. So typically I have a little mic up here. I don't have that right now. Good morning. It's the next day. And last night I finished my Olga Jacket. The only thing I have left to do now is add on the buttons. So it should be pretty straightforward. I like adding on buttons, and my buttons are so cute, so I'm so excited to see how they look. Here they are. I still can't believe how cute it is. And I need 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have this like spare yarn. I think I'm gonna need to like de-ply this though, even if it's just like in half. So there appears to be 4 plies. Okay. Okay, that looks like that's gonna be much better. Let's see if I need a threader for it. No, I'm all good. Perfect, perfect. Okay, I have to align these a little bit. I don't have my tripod or my mic down here, so sorry. Okay, I have finished, okay, a few things actually. I have finished my Olga cardigan, if you can see. Here it is. I attached the buttons on this morning, finished the collar last night, which I didn't think I was gonna do. And it's so summery. Isn't that lovely? Anyways, now I'm getting on to my second project, which is the Moonsnail top by Blue For You. I just had to hand wind this yarn. This is Cascade Hampton. I feel like it's pretty crazy to say I'm gonna cast this on, but I'm gonna cast this on. So. Hi everybody. I have been working on the Moonsnail top for quite a bit now. This is how it's looking. So my gauge was much smaller than it called for, so I think I was at like maybe like 21 stitches and the gauge is 18 stitches. And so I sized up to a size 3 because I was going in between like a size 1 and 2. So I figured a size 3 would be good. This is how it's looking. I think it's very cute. Maybe I'm a little bit, it's weird because my row gauge is tighter, but no, my stitch gauge is tighter, but my row gauge is looser. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what that means. It's supposed to be low back, and there's an I-cord edge on the, like, lining the rest of it. And so I feel like that's gonna tighten things up a little bit. But this is how it's looking. I don't know where it's supposed to sit. It looks like slouchy right now. I don't know why. So I think I'm definitely counting on it to loosen up the, or to tighten up the back. We'll see. I don't know. Like, I don't know where it's supposed to sit. Like, is it supposed to sit? I think it's supposed to sit like here. But I just put in like a little marker on where it is that I like need to stop decreasing. But it might get to a point where I'll do like more rapid decreases and it'll kind of swoop up more so instead of like a steady decrease like this. It'll kind of go up faster. On another note, I just listed my Patrick blouse today. I didn't really know what to expect. Frankly, I didn't expect any of this would ever really happen as soon as it did. But I've gotten like 8 sales already, I couldn't believe it. I can't believe it, still can't. So if you're curious to go purchase the pattern for the Patrick blouse, I have it on Etsy and Ravlery, and the link is in my description. I don't know, just feeling pretty good about it. And I finished my Olga jacket yesterday morning. You should have seen my cute outfit I wore with it last night, but anyways, I think the goal tonight is to finish all of my decreases, because they only get faster and faster since it's like you go down every row, every other row, but I might have to like speed them up if it starts getting too long. So we'll see. I hope to do that tonight. It's been a rainy, gloomy day if you can't tell. So we started off at the pool at the beginning of this video, and I'm honestly chilling with these rainy day vibes. Got some tiny apple pies from Trader Joe's today. Really going into that fall vibe. Okay, I'm gonna keep knitting. Pretty much, I completed this top in 2 days. Here's how it looks. What does that TikTok sound go? Like, let's hear it for the front. Let's hear it for the dress. And then for the back. I like this. I like this. Maybe it fits a little bit more odd than I expected it to be, just because of like the top. But like that silhouette is kind of nice. Like this wide neck right here looks nicer on camera than I think I've thought it did in person. And then in the back, it cinched up nicely. The I-cord did what an I-cord is supposed to do. There's a lot of fabric right here, it seems, which I don't really know how any different variation of the pattern would have really adjusted that very much, but which I think like kind of does add up from the product photos. It was an interesting knit, I'll say, because my row gauge was larger than it called for on the gauge, and my stitch gauge was smaller. And the top pretty much calls for, after all the decreases are done on the side here, you knit straight, but after the decreases were done I stopped because like that's pretty long. So I think I'm gonna block it because this is a bit puckery right here, and I mean like the ribbing doesn't sit flat. And then I'm actually gonna put it in the dryer to maybe zip it up just a tiny little bit more. I do like this. I don't know if I can give an accurate representation because my gauge was very off, very different than what it calls for. So I don't really know, but I do like this, and I do feel like I need to get an even tan on my back because like we need just a singular color back to really show this top off. So that's it. I've not been doing any work. Before I cast on anything new, I'm going to do some work that I need to do, and then hopefully this blocks, and then hopefully by tonight I know whether or not I'm doing the test knit that I want to do, and I can either start that tonight or I can start the love loop top by some streak. I'm gonna weave in 1 or 2 more ends and then call it a day. 2 out of 3 pieces done in my wardrobe for summer. So I blocked my sweater, I blocked my little tank top, and then I sat outside in the sun after I put it in the dryer for a little bit because I wanted it to shrink just a tiny bit more. And I don't think it did. It only made the fabric a little bit like, not pilly, but just a little bit like roughed up. So, rookie mistake, I guess. So now I have it just sitting here, and it's the middle of summer, certainly, but I turned on the heater just because I want it to dry, pretty much. And I bought the next pattern that I want to start working on, which is the Love Looped top. But this time I'm really going to make sure I have gauge at least, because I feel like this grew a lot when I blocked it and it got really stretched out. So I'm actually going to try and do like some good proper gauge swatches and make sure I get gauge. I'm going to block my gauge swatches too, because this took me 2 days. Like, the gauge matters, but the gauge was weird in general. I don't want my gauge to be as loose as it looked on some of the product photos, and so that was the reasoning for why I did what I did. And sure enough, it still has gotten big. I could have stuck with my size and been fine, but the Love Loop top has been tested, and so I really want to make sure that I get it correct, because it's been tested and it's a good pattern certifiably. Unless I get selected for the Filoli test knit tonight, and then I'm gonna start that. For right now, I'm just waiting for a response back from just another job that I'm doing this summer. I don't want to advance in what I'm doing because I rather have to re-edit one thing until it's perfect and then not have to re-edit everything else because I didn't check to make sure the initial one looks good. So I'm just gonna start winding this up. I don't know if I'll be using it. I mean, I would like to do a gauge swatch today, if anything, but I don't know, like, overall, if I will be knitting the love loop top before. I'm just gonna watch some YouTube and wind this up by hand. Also, if you're watching this, I have a question. You probably are watching this if you hear me say this. My grandfather says I should get a ball winder and Swift because if knitting is going to be my job and like going to be the thing that I do, I should have all the materials that I need to do everything that I need to do. And so I just want to know, because they're not that expensive on Amazon, but also I think I would rather spend more money on a nicer one that isn't going to break than less money on one that's going to break and then decide to spend more money on a nice one. If you know any good ball winders and Swifts, or you use one that you recommend, then let me know what it is, because this is not particularly the life I want to live. I'd rather live like a cute, cozy girl, just pulling out my Swift and having a peaceful winding. Let me know. But until then, until all the people in my life get back to me on what I need to know, I'm gonna just keep winding my ball. Anyways, well, we got back today from going out, as you saw some videos that my expert cameraman brother took. I have been working on my love loop top. It looks small right now. It does look small, but it's not gonna be this small because it's ribbing, so it'll stretch out a lot, you see. And I was also worried about this not fitting over my head, but it also fits because I checked. I'm now just working on the increases to match these other increases, and then I think I'm going to start working in the round for a little bit. But on another note, I finally got an email about the test knit, which I like kind of knew I was gonna do because the girl who's running it also is test knitting my Naiad shorts that I made. And we kind of like connected those dots. Anyways, so this is the yarn I'm going to be using. It's Juniper Moon Farm Cumulus in the color Goldfish Sparked, which I couldn't find anywhere, but I finally found it online in like a shop in Maryland, and I bought it. So I might hand wind this up, of course, because I do not have a ball winder or Swift yet, and maybe do a gauge swatch for this tonight. The gauge is 19 by 31, which is a little bit interesting to me because typically I feel like maybe it's a little bit of a lower number and not 31. I think it'll be fine because I think the row gauge is a little bit more flexible than like a stitch gauge. So I think it'll be fine. This calls for 4.5 to 5.5 millimeter needles and has a gauge between 16 to 21 stitches, which is, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get 19 with 5 millimeter needles. I'm pretty excited. I'm probably going to continue working on this for a little bit since I have this going and I'm kind of in the flow of this. And I feel like once I start this, I'm not going to want to stop. So I think I should just focus on one thing at a time, which really goes to show how much of a monogamous knitter I am. I could be casting on something for real that's actually really exciting and really good, but I want to finish this because I think maybe it stresses me out to have too many things on my needles. Anyways, my brother's coming to say hi now.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, no, I'm not. Bruh. He's eating Chipotle.
Freaking hungry, man.
What did you just say?
Freaking hungry.
Freaking hungry? Anyways, he swears now. He's only 15.
Bro, what?
But he's swearing. I don't think we've had a lot of knitting together time so far, so watch me knit a little bit and hopefully I can hold myself accountable and finish the increases of this. And also, my mom and I started watching This Summer I Turned Pretty on Amazon Prime because I had a few people suggest it to me. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's probably the clip that you saw last night of us watching something. Anyways, maybe I'll try to finish. I'm not going to finish the increases before we start watching that, but I will try. Before I start knitting, I just want to say, if you're watching this, I appreciate you so, so much. I just was able to monetize my YouTube videos, which is like a dream I've had since the very first video I've ever posted on YouTube, which you can go back and see. It's a while ago. And if you go back even further, you can find another account I had.
Yep, check out Vera Benson.
Yep.
Channel.
Vera Benson was my first channel, but then I started getting haters on it. And so then I switched, and thank goodness I did, because maybe that's the butterfly effect, where if I had never switched, I never would have built this brand named Vera Grazia, which is my middle name, and felt so right about it. And anyways, it has been a dream for the longest time I've had. And I started being able to monetize my page a few days ago. And I'll be honest, I've earned $2.36. But that's $2.36 more than I ever thought I was ever going to earn from YouTube. And that's just doing literally everything that I love. Like, I literally made $2.36 from filming videos and knitting. Like, I just can't believe it. I really cannot believe it. And I couldn't thank you enough. So, just by watching this video, you're making my dreams come true. I hope you know. Anyways, now I'll actually give you some knitting time because that was the start of this anyways. just an increased room twice, and instead of like. Hi everyone. So it's been a morning, sort of. I'm gonna wind this while we talk for a little bit. You know, I really don't think the life of social media managing is for me. It might be if I have like a steady line of command or something where there's boundaries and contracts and everything involved to protect both sides, because I feel like what I'm doing right now is kind of just like free-for-all, and really both sides might not be getting exactly what they expected. This yarn is so soft, by the way. So I just filmed and edited a video for my Instagram today. Instagram, TikTok, all of the above, really, because I can post on all of them. I edit on edits for that kind of stuff. I can export it as a video and just like share it to all of the platforms because there's no watermarks on it or anything. And it's quite enjoyable. I really love like streamlining the process like that. Anyways, so I did that for the Olga Jacket today, and I think I'm also going to do a video for the Moonsnail top, just like 1 or 2 videos of, I did one on TikTok that's like, let's hear it for the dress, and now the back of the dress. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cute, personally. Yeah, so I think I'll maybe do another video like that. I also filmed a little bit of the blocking process for the Moonsnail top, but I blocked very unconventionally just because I had a specific thought process, but maybe like that's what's interesting about it. So maybe I'll add some voiceover and add a little bit of text there for that. Anyways, I'm feeling very conflicted because I'm gonna go to a pool today. Not feeling very conflicted about that, but I shall be going to the pool, and I'm so excited to just soak up some sun and get some rays in or whatever. And I'm gonna knit. I'm gonna work on my love loop top, but I do have to try it on actually. So once I finish winding up this ball of yarn, I'm gonna try it on because I keep working in the rib pattern until it gets to beneath my bust, and it could be there. It could be there. Not very sure. So yeah, I'm gonna try that on, see how that looks, and then maybe before I start the cabling, I don't know. The plan is try that on, see how much more I need to do, and then start working on a gauge swatch for the Filoli tee, which is what I'm winding up now. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for today. I have posted videos on my account, all my accounts, and I also posted a video, very first video of the campaign I'm working on another account for social media. It is what it is. But I'd like to finish my love loop top since I've already started a good bit. Anyways, I'm just talking a little bit. It's a little bit unnecessary, but I feel like we're friends. Like if you're watching this, and it's probably like a good 15 minutes into this video right now, we're friends. You and I, we're friends. Hopefully you accept my friendship request. But just echoing what I said last night, I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much for being here and watching my videos and supporting me and everything that I love to do. Okay, see ya! Hi, good morning. So it's the next day. I appeared to not really have updated much. I'm sorry. I appeared really to not have updated much yesterday besides the pool, which please, you must forgive me. But I finished the ribbing part of this top yesterday. I'm now working on the cabling. And cabling to me, like, I actually feel like there's something magical happening, because how am I creating these loop-de-loops? Like, look at this. That's not even the best one. A heart? Yeah, this pattern is wonderful. It's spectacular. The only thing that I might say is that there are just like a few spelling errors, which is no biggie. Like, I can understand what's happening and what's being said, but everything is great. If you're thinking about making the love loop top, make it. It's so cute. I don't, like, to be super honest, I don't know how much I'm really gonna wear it. I'll keep you more update today, and then I think today's gonna be the last day of my video, so maybe I can finish this? That's crazy. I'm not gonna finish it. Unfortunately, you just missed the try on of my love loop top. You didn't miss it. I actually made the mistake of not filming it, but my camera was dying and I plugged in all my batteries, and it said that it's not charged, but it's at full battery, so don't know what that's about. Anyways, here I'll put a photo. This is how it's looking. My barber cord is coming in handy because I attach it to my needles and then slide all the stitches, not all of them, but like I slide a lot of them onto the cord, and then I just slide them back on and slide this thing off, but I keep getting it stuck accidentally. I think I want to add about like 3 more of the cable repeats, 2 to 3 more. I'll have to try it on at 2 to see how that looks. But yeah, it's addictive. It's an addictive knit. Cables, for some reason, to me are just like so easy. Like I'm like, oh, I can do just another repeat of the cable because it's fine. Like, it goes by quickly. I am not going to talk too much about the projects that I did. I have another video planned at the end of the summer on, like, it's a knitting podcast, and it's what I actually knit or something. I don't know. Have not figured out the name yet. So I'll give you more of the details of the projects that I did. Let's see how much knitting I can get done on this. It may be the Filoli top. I don't know if I showed you my swatch yet, but this here is my swatch using Juniper Moon Farm Cumulus. It has nylon in it, 6% nylon, which will let it be stretchy and kind of maintain its elasticity and shape. I think the drape is fine. Hopefully this color looks good. I don't know, but it'll be an adorable shirt, so I'm excited for that. And I love my colors. This is just such a beachy color. I have to do it. Hi everybody, so it is Wednesday again. Just how we started this video, it is now Wednesday. At the beginning of the video, I said I wanted to have 2 finished objects, one of them being the Olga Jacket and the Moonsnail top, which I finished. Both are done, but also I finished the Love Loop top slash sort of finished it. I have a few questions. I knit it to a certain length, which I think is good, and I think it's gonna just grow a tiny little bit when I block it because they're cables. And the other thing is, in the pattern they have cuffs around the sleeves, but like I think I like it how it is. I always stick to the pattern even if I kind of like how something is at the beginning, just because like the pattern is what drew me to it in the first place, so I should just keep it how I like it. So I'm gonna block this and just kind of let it simmer a little bit. But I want you to let me know, should I add the cuffs onto the sleeves or not? That's kind of what I'm trying to decide right now. But I love this top. It's so cute. The cables are addicting to knit. And if you are in the US / looking for yarn, the recommended yarn is the Roma. I don't know how to say it. But I use Cascade Hampton, and gauge was perfect. It worked on 4mm needles, and this fits so nicely. I knit the first size. Anyways, I love this top. It looks like how did I make this? How did I make this? It's crazy. This is my first finished cabled garment. The other cabled thing that I'm working on is the Dagmar jacket, but as you know, like, that's been put on hold until I go back to school, I think. And I've been like simmering this idea on this design I want to create. That'll be another video. So yeah, this is the Love Loop top by Simstreak. And then, as you saw last night, I started working on the Filoli top test knit, and it's going very well. It was late at night, and I thought I saw a mistake, and I commented about it, and it wasn't actually a mistake. This is the other thing that I'm working on now. Hopefully I'll finish it. I mean, I definitely will finish it. And just a disclaimer, if you're watching to the end of this video, I knit a lot of things in this past week, and I know there's like some stigma about like knitting quickly and just to enjoy the knitting process. The disclaimer is that the whole summer I've been like doing work and stuff, but this past week I've kind of pushed that off to the side, and so what I presented to you is rather unrealistic, because I could sit and I could knit all day, which I pretty much did all of the days. So if you cannot finish 3 things within the span of a week, it's not you. It's literally, I just did something that is unrealistic, and I thought it would be fun to make a video. If you can't finish a top in 2 days, that's completely okay. That's completely regular. I can't finish a top in 2 days. Only on very rare occasion where I did. But like this took like 3 days, which I know is not that much better, but don't feel down about yourself if you take a longer time to knit things. That's what's so beautiful about this craft, is that it is patient and it is slow. Anyways, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching this. As always, please, if you were knitting on something while you were watching this, tell me what you were working on. I love to just see what other people are working on. And it's been cool because over the past few of my videos, I've seen like updates on projects people are working on. So that's pretty cool. If you enjoy this video, perhaps give it a like. I'm going to make future videos diving a little bit deeper into the patterns and just reviewing some of them and talking about some of them as just like a summer recap of what I knit. So if you want to subscribe to see those videos too in the future, feel free to subscribe. If any of this inspired you to make any of the things I mentioned, let me know. And as always, also, if you do decide to make any of the things that I made, and you ever need any help, message me on Instagram. Here's my Instagram. You can follow me. Like, I genuinely would love to try and help out as best as I can. And also, about my Instagram, if you want to see more of my day-to-day projects and processes and things like that, then go follow me there, because I post a lot of things. I'm also on TikTok, and same videos are on TikTok, but it's just a wee bit of a different crowd over there. So pick your poison, I guess. Thank you again so much for watching. You being here means so much to me. I hope you know. I've told you that a few times. Until the next time comes, happy knitting, and perhaps I'll see you in my next video. Bye.